Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all so you'll never miss another upload. If you haven't seen my previous video titled Gabbie Hanna Admits to This, I will link it in a card up over here as well as down in the description box down below, so definitely make sure you go and check that out as well. Alright, let's go ahead and get into today's drama. Another day, another drama, and today we're going to be talking about James Charles getting called out for copying Teddy Fresh's design for his new color block hoodies. Now, if you're not sure what Teddy Fresh is, it is a clothing company that is from Hila and Ethan Klein from H3H3. If I'm saying that right, Hila, whatever her name is, I apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly, but Ethan took to his Twitter to call out James Charles for allegedly copying his colors. Now, I know that this sounds like very petty first world problem drama, and you know what? It is. I'm not going to lie, but you know what? This is the kind of drama that I'm here for. I am over the really dark drama about people messaging people who they shouldn't be, about the situation that's going on in the world, and I was like, can we just get back to some like really petty drama that doesn't really mean anything, drama that's just fun to talk about? So thankfully we finally have that, and it is here thanks to Ethan and James Charles. I did reach out to James Charles for comment on that, so stay tuned to the end of the video to find out what he had to say, but let's go ahead and hear what Ethan had to say over on his Twitter. Ethan tweeted, "I know we didn't invent color blocking, but I'm having a hard time with the new James Charles merch. It's the same exact design as Hilla's. Combined with the fact that his audience is so huge, many people will assume he designed it and start accusing us of plagiarism. What do you think?" And then shared the following screenshots. And as you can see in this first screenshot, you have James with the sister apparel merch with like a teal aqua sleeve, a light blue center, and then a pinkish sleeve, and then yellow on the hood and the cuffs. And then you see the Teddy Fresh one right here, which is very similar, although the color in the middle is different, as well as the right sleeve. And then if you look in this photo, you can see that the merch that James has a yellow pocket, but the Teddy Fresh one did not. So it's not the exact same, but it is very similar. Now, do I think that this is 100% copy? No. Is it very similar? Absolutely. But if you Google color block hoodies, you get a lot of similar looking hoodies. So it could be that he got inspiration from something else, but James does say in a tweet later on that we'll get into here in a second that he did send Ethan the inspiration for his collection. But like I said, James Charles has been called out about this before in the past. But let's go ahead and take a look at James's response. James Charles quote tweeted to Ethan and said, "When you DM'd me yesterday, I sent you the original photo that inspired my collection, explained I'd never seen your brand, but also asked what you wanted me to do. You didn't reply. After last year, I vowed to keep conversations private and create solutions, not drama." James followed that up by saying, "If you'd like to continue our conversation and find a solution, my DMs are still open." Ethan then replied to James and said, "I give you permission to share our convo. You told me you were going to sell them anyway. You also admitted that the similarity wasn't a coincidence. I DM'd you because I wanted to keep this private, but I found your response combative and dismissive." And when James has been called out about this in the past, he has also been called out about being very combative and dismissive when he's issuing his responses saying, "Oh, well, I've never seen your stuff. Oh, I've never seen that. How would I have copied it if I have never seen it?" And just because you say that you haven't seen it doesn't mean that you haven't seen it. You could have seen it in passing on accident. You could have seen it in somebody else's post, which is something that we'll get into here in a little bit based on what people are saying online, him possibly seeing it through another creator. But James also had this same issue too when Wet n Wild issued their palette, which we'll talk about here in just a second. But let's go ahead and get into some more responses underneath this thread. Someone then replied under the thread and said, "Crazy you say you haven't seen it, yet it's all over TikTok and one of the people you follow has a video where they're wearing it." And then shared the following screenshots of Benji Kroll wearing the hoodie while he's doing a duet with somebody else wearing the hoodie, and then showing that James Charles does follow them. Now I went over to Benji's TikTok and took a look at everything, and it says down in the corner that this original one was from 7/6, but it didn't have a year. So as I went through his TikTok, I found this other one that was posted in 2019, and then I did find another one that was posted on 6/16, but again, no year, and then two that were posted on 3/30, again with no year. I don't know how it works on TikTok because every time I went back to his page, everything was in a different spot, so I have no idea technically what year any of these are from. But if you know how TikTok works, let me know down below, but I don't know if James has seen these or not because James does not have his likes public. So is it possible that James has seen this merch? Yes, but do we know? Absolutely not. With color blocking, you want to pick colors that usually go together and mesh well together, and since that hoodie was pastel, he used lighter pastel colors. Now again, they weren't the exact same colors. Ethan can say that they were the exact same colors, but they were not. Were they in the same color family? Absolutely. So is it a little suspicious? 100% for sure. But do we have proof that he actually stole it from Ethan? No. But we all know that drama sells, and let's be honest, James Charles has one of the larger audiences on YouTube. Yes, Ethan does have millions of followers, but we all know that if you can get into some drama with somebody with more followers, it will draw more attention to you and to your product. So let's be honest, this is going to benefit Ethan and give him more sales for his hoodie from people who don't like James Charles and be like, oh, if you're going to steal somebody else's design, then I'm going to go and support that person since you thought that you could steal it and not get called out for it. Again, I don't know if it's 100% stolen. I don't think that it is. It is very similar 100%, but I don't really have proof as of this moment that James has actually seen this hoodie. I know that his friend Lorray has worn the hoodie in the past, but again, I don't know if he's seen that or not. Who really knows what actually happened? But let's go ahead and take a look at some responses from some fellow drama channels. Now, I don't know if this is about the James Charles situation, but Nick Snyder did tweet out, I mean, it's literally the same color scheme. An attempt was not made. Dustin Daly replied to James Charles and said, don't even bother with him, James. Petty Page then quote tweeted Gila and said, I don't care about Ethan, Gila, or James. They are all millionaires having millionaire problems. Teddy Fresh isn't inventive. The fact that y'all fighting over this is embarrassing. And yes, I definitely agree with Paige here. It's embarrassing, but at the same time, this is the kind of drama that I want. I don't want any more serious, really dark drama. Give me the stupid, petty drama. That's the kind of drama that I'm here for. That's the kind of drama that I find entertaining. And before we get into this next tweet, I just have to come out and say this, you guys. I honestly, at this point, believe that Keemstar and Ethan are the Gabbie Hanna and Trisha Paytas of the drama community. If you think that too, let me know down in the comments below, but it's getting to the point where these two keep talking about each other nonstop, and everyone else is just telling them to stop talking about each other, but they just keep going. So I swear, Keemstar and Ethan are the Gabbie and Trisha of the drama community. Keemstar tweeted, retweet for a chance to win a hoodie I've been working on since 1993. This is my original idea I came up when I was in 5th grade. And then shared a screenshot of a hoodie that he apparently is going to possibly now be selling. But let's not forget that James Charles called out Wet n Wild when they issued a palette that looked extremely similar to his own. Now, if you looked at the actual colors in the palette, were they very similar? 100%. But were there some colors that were not the exact same, but in the same color family? 100%. So it wasn't an exact copy, but it was extremely, extremely similar, and he also said the following. There are only so many colors you can put into an eyeshadow palette, and I'm not claiming to, quote, own specific colors, but when you copy the exact shades and layout from my palette without even trying to hide it? So to me, this is the same situation that is happening with the hoodie. The colors were very similar, but not exactly the same, and then the major difference is that James Charles had the yellow on the actual pocket area, whereas Ethan did not in their collection. Now, is it the exact same? No. Is it very similar? 100%. But since James Charles has been called out about this again, time and time again, especially when it comes to makeup looks, where he has said that he has lost inspiration and he will basically look at his followers for inspiration and ask them for inspiration on things to do, and then he won't credit them at the same time. It's like, okay, so you say that you haven't seen this hoodie, but then you come out with one that is very similar. Now again, there are only so many colors, but the fact that they are very similar, it just puts a little bit of suspicion on James Charles' part, since he has been called out about this again in the past. Alright, now let's go ahead and get into James Charles' response. I did send him a DM over on Twitter, and this is what he had to say in response. Surprise, surprise, James Charles did not answer my DM. I mean, let's be honest, with my tiny little channel, I'm sure he's never heard of me, never seen any of my videos. I doubt that he would have even opened the message if he saw it pop up, if he was on his phone when the message came through. He probably just was like, meh, whatever, I'm not going to look at this. So we'll have to wait and see if he does issue a response to any larger channels, but for me, I got nothing. But that is it for today's video, and like I said, I know that this is a very petty drama, but this is the kind of drama that I want. I want this fun little drama. I don't want any more of this deep, dark drama. I just want to come on here, have a good time, report on stupid things like this, and then go about my day and not have to think about like really dark things. So let me know what you think about everything down below. Do you think that James Charles did see Ethan's design and he copied him? Or do you think that this is all just, there's only so many colors that you can make on a color block hoodie and people are just blowing this out of proportion? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and hit the bell icon and set your notifications to all so you'll be notified of every time I upload a new video. Alright, that's everything for today, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!